Gabby Hayes, born George Francis Gabby Hayes on May 7, 1885, in Stannards, New York, remains one of the most memorable figures in Western cinema. Though best known for his iconic, grizzled sidekick roles alongside Cowboy stars, his early life was a stark contrast to the dusty trails and frontier towns of Hollywood. Hayes grew up in a comfortable middle-class family. His father owned a hotel, and young George enjoyed a stable upbringing in the northeastern United States. These formative years shaped a well-educated, articulate man whose later on-screen persona would charm audiences across generations. Early life and varied beginnings. Before Hayes became a Hollywood legend, his life took many unexpected turns. In his youth, he explored diverse paths, including a brief attempt at professional baseball and a stint in engineering. These experiences, though short-lived, highlighted his adaptability and curiosity. His natural flair for storytelling and performance led him to vaudeville, where he honed the comedic timing and expressive style that would later define him. Touring the country with his wife, Olive E. Ireland, the couple created a stage act blending sketches, music, and humor. This foundation in live performance shaped the skills Hayes would bring to the silver screen. The move to Hollywood. The stock market crash of 1929 devastated Hayes financially, prompting him to pursue a career in Hollywood. Arriving in California, he quickly found work as a character actor during the shift from silent films to talkies. At first, Hayes was cast in minor roles, villains, barkeeps, and townspeople, but he gradually discovered a niche as the Western sidekick. The transformation into Gabby, the bearded, homespun, lovable old-timer, came largely by accident. Off-screen, Hayes was clean-shaven, articulate, and refined, a stark contrast to the scruffy persona beloved by audiences. His comic timing, expressive face, and quirky mannerisms became his signature on-screen identity. Becoming Gabby, crafting a cinematic persona. The persona of Gabby Hayes captured the imagination of Western audiences in the 1930s. With a bushy beard, rugged clothes, and rough speech peppered with exclamations like "Dern tootin' and Dad gummit," Hayes embodied the archetypal frontier companion. Yet, in real life, he was thoughtful, polished, and intelligent, a contrast that only amplified the charm of his performances. Hayes' ability to balance humor with heart made him indispensable to Western storytelling. He created characters that were simultaneously cantankerous and lovable, gruff, yet loyal. This duality allowed audiences to see him as more than comic relief. He became a vital and memorable part of Hollywood's Western tradition. The Hop-Along Cassidy years. Hayes' rise to fame accelerated between 1935 and 1939, when he portrayed Wendy Halliday, the witty sidekick to William Boyd's cowboy hero, Hop-Along Cassidy. His humor and heart added depth to the rugged landscapes of these films, making him a favorite with audiences. Despite the popularity, a salary dispute in 1939 ended Hayes' tenure at Paramount Pictures. Leaving a studio where he had become synonymous with a character was risky, but his talent ensured continued success. This transition marked the beginning of a new chapter in Hayes' career, leading to an enduring collaboration with Republic Pictures, where his iconic Gabby persona would thrive. Reinvention at Republic Pictures. Republic Pictures, which acquired Hayes after his departure from Paramount, rechristened his character Gabby Whitaker. Though the name changed, the essence of his persona remained the same. The quick-witted, loyal, and grizzled sidekick audiences adored. Between 1939 and 1946, Hayes appeared in over 40 films for Republic, solidifying his place as the quintessential Western companion. His charm, comedic timing, and ability to enhance a lead actor's performance elevated him beyond mere support roles. Republic's Westerns, often featuring legendary cowboy stars, became a proving ground for Hayes' talent, showcasing both his humor and his capacity for more dramatic, heroic moments in the genre. Partnership with Roy Rogers. During his prolific period at Republic, Hayes appeared alongside Roy Rogers 44 times, forming one of the most recognizable partnerships in cinematic history. Their chemistry on screen delighted audiences, with Hayes' gruff humor perfectly complementing Rogers' heroic charisma. Beyond comedy, Hayes often brought warmth, loyalty, and wisdom to the narrative, creating a dynamic that was more than a standard sidekick trope. This collaboration, repeated across numerous films, helped define the Western sidekick archetype. Fans came to expect Hayes' familiar expressions and antics, which added continuity and familiarity to the evolving stories of Rogers' adventures across the Old West. Work with other Western icons. Hayes' collaborations extended well beyond Roy Rogers. He appeared in 7 films, with Gene Autry, 14 with Wild Bill Elliott, 6 with Randolph Scott, and 15 with John Wayne. His work with Wayne ranged from comedic sidekick roles to tougher villainous characters, showcasing remarkable versatility. A standout example came in Raoul Walsh's 1940 classic Dark Command, where Hayes portrayed Wayne's loyal companion, with Roy Rogers in a supporting role. These partnerships demonstrated Hayes' adaptability, earning him respect from directors and co-stars alike. Regardless of the role, Hayes brought authenticity, humor, and a grounding presence to Western storytelling, enriching every project he joined. Beyond the silver screen. While his cinematic persona defined a generation, Hayes' talents also translated to television. In the early 1950s, he starred in his own program, The Gabby Hayes Show, introducing young viewers to Western tales and the familiar world he had inhabited for decades. Off-screen, he enjoyed a quieter life on his ranch in Tujunga Lake, California. The serene San Fernando Valley property became a refuge for reflection, surrounded by memorabilia and memories of his career. Hayes used this time to reminisce about the camaraderie he shared with Hollywood's greatest stars and to enjoy the fruits of a long, successful career in entertainment, far from the bustling sets of the studio system. Later, years and health decline. By the late 1960s, Hayes faced the realities of aging and declining health. In early 1969, he was admitted to St. Joseph Hospital in Burbank, California, for complications from cardiovascular disease. Despite his physical decline, Hayes maintained his characteristic warmth and humor. Nurses and doctors noted his politeness, gratitude, and positive demeanor. Reflecting on a life spanning the silent film era, through the golden age of television, Hayes remained appreciative of his opportunities and of fans who had followed his work. His dignified approach to illness mirrored the stoic frontier characters he had portrayed, demonstrating the integrity and resilience that marked both his life and his art. Legacy and cultural impact. Gabby Hayes passed away peacefully on February 9, 1969, at the age of 83, leaving a profound legacy in American cinema. Beyond his roles as a sidekick, he symbolized loyalty, humor, and authenticity in Western storytelling. His performances helped define the archetype of the lovable, cantankerous companion, influencing generations of actors and filmmakers. Hayes' name became synonymous with charm, warmth, and comic timing, transcending the screen to become a part of popular culture. For fans of the Western genre, his work remains a touchstone of the era, representing both the humor and humanity that made Hollywood's Old West films unforgettable. Conclusion: remembering Gabby Hayes. Gabby Hayes' journey from George Francis Hayes of Stannard's, New York, to Hollywood icon is a testament to talent, adaptability, and perseverance. Through vaudeville, silent films, talkies, and television, he evolved into a beloved figure whose gruff exterior concealed a heart of gold. His collaborations with Roy Rogers, John Wayne, and other legends cemented his place in cinematic history. Even decades after his death, Hayes' distinctive expressions, comic timing, and enduring charm continue to captivate audiences. He remains a timeless emblem of the Old West, a character whose warmth, humor, and authenticity endure far beyond the silver screen.